Welcome, my name is Mrs. Light and I am excited to be your student's math teacher for this year. The purpose of this video is to explain a new style of teaching that I will be using called the Flipped Mastery Classroom. In a traditional math class, like the one you and I grew up in, students would sit in rows, listen to the teacher talk for most of the hour, and take home practice problems to work on individually at home. Then they would come back the next day and continue the same routine. I have come to find that just isn't the best way for students to learn for several reasons. First, students all learn at different paces. When I would lecture to the whole class, there were some students who understood the concepts very quickly and got bored. Some students needed more time to process the information and wanted me to move more slowly so they didn't get lost. Also, students would bring home practice problems that they didn't quite know how to do on their own. Oftentimes, students who struggled did not complete their assignments. And last, students also missed class for a variety of reasons: illness, sports, or all kinds of appointments. When you miss a day in a math class, it's a big deal. Oftentimes, this would cause students to fall behind and they would struggle to catch up. All of these can be resolved with the Flipped Mastery Classroom. Rather than having students spend most of class time listening to lecture, this direct instruction is now on videos that I create so that students can play, pause, rewind, and replay the lecture at their own pace. What was once practice problems done at home, often alone, are now done in class where the teacher can answer questions and support students' understanding. Students are able to work in study groups where they can help each other and learn together. Previously, if a student did not do well on a quiz or test, the class just kept moving on. In a Flipped Mastery Classroom, students need to show mastery before moving on to the next concept. This means that if a student doesn't do well, they can get the help they need and retake the assessment multiple times if needed. Since math builds on itself, this is important to their future success. So since we aren't spending our class time listening to lecture, what do we do? First, we begin each day with a whole class activity. This could be a discussion, interesting concept, or fun problem. These are meant to help students deepen their understanding of mathematics and develop important critical thinking skills. Students then have an opportunity to check in with the teacher. Once a student completes and checks their practice work, they must have a quick conversation with the teacher to ensure their understanding. They then take a concept quiz to check for this understanding. If they do well, they move on to the next concept. If not, the teacher will give them feedback, reteach the concept, and have the student practice additional problems if necessary. Then they retake the concept quiz. Students can repeat this process in order to ensure their understanding of the concept. Once students have checked in, they have flex time. Flex time is where students are working individually or in groups on whatever concept they happen to be studying, or taking quizzes, or viewing videos and taking notes. Students can view videos using classroom netbooks or their own electronic device, though they are expected to follow the classroom rules. No Facebook, no Twitter, no texting, no music videos, and no video games. Students can work ahead or take some extra time with concepts they struggle on, but they must maintain a minimum pace. In a Flipped Mastery Classroom, we make the most of our face-to-face time. I am very busy throughout the entire class period, helping students one-on-one and in small groups, answering their questions and challenging them to think deeper. It's very exhausting, but so worth it when I see them begin to take responsibility for their learning and really master the material I've set out for them to learn. Please feel free to contact me by phone, text, email if you have any questions about the Flipped Classroom. It will take your student a few weeks to adjust to the changes and expectations of this course, so please encourage them to give their best effort and communicate with me any concerns they have. If you want to know more about the Flipped Classroom, please visit the class website and go to the Parents tab. I look forward to working with you and your student this year.
Created using Powtoon.